Genesis, I really don't give a shit. If you don't believe me while I'm breaking down the various scriptures dealing with the end of the world, I also don't give a shit. But you're not going to be able to believe, you're not going to be able to disbelieve your lying eyes, because point blank and period, God damn it, I say point blank and period. All right. I'm going to show you 200 pictures of 200 kings, princes, queens, black popes of Europe. And I'm going to be doing that throughout the whole video series. You know, I'll talk about the Illuminati and I'll just bam, boy, you know, authentic picture of this. Because no matter what the fuck you get out of this video series, the main point, because a lot of Israelites, they teach the black man ruled Europe for 1,000 years, but they teach it in a fleeting way. I'm going to make this the main damn focus. The main point beyond the book of Genesis, beyond the end of the world, beyond, you know, dealing with all kinds of stuff in current events, the black man ruled Europe for 1,000 years. Period. And you ain't going to be able to deny your lying ass eyes. So here we go. We're going into the book of Genesis chapter 1. Kicking off the truth about Christianity. And I've been using the Blue Letter Bible, the Fire on the Roman Catholic Church Productions, Get a Goddamn Education Productions, Egyptology, Goddamn Egyptology Productions. I'm not going to talk about you Egyptologists, because y'all niggas is definitely off the tangent. I don't know you, so I'm not going to say you sold out, but you're not right. You know, y'all scared to admit the white man's the devil. Once you start going into that that mode of thinking, I ain't fucking with y'all no more. You know, y'all could go find some other Israelite to stalk y'all and to mess with y'all. I ain't mess with no Egyptologists no more. You're basically in the same category as dudes that's in the world to me. So, you know, when I talk about the 2/3 catching missiles, just consider yourself a part of the fucking 2/3. If the white man is not the devil, nigga, you gonna die. You going up in flames. You know, I never thought I'd say this, but you know what I'm saying. I'm feeling more. I'm feeling more of Sarah Sutanseti, what he got to say, instead of what you Egyptologists saying. And you got a heinous one in your midst talking some straight bullshit. Nigga so heinous, the rest of them Egyptologists look at him crazy and sideways, get all mad and upset whenever he talk. They can't even deal with what he's talking about. You can't teach the white man's not the devil. That's craziness. That's complete and total madness. That's crazy. All right? All right. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. And you Moors, man. If I had time to waste, I'd just get on you Moors. But y'all so easy. Y'all shit is so stupid. But y'all take the truth and y'all water it down. The black man ruled Europe for 1,000 years, man. You should be talking about Europe. But you don't want to talk about Europe, because you know that if you study black Europe, you're going to bumble, fumble, stumble around and run into the truth. That's why you don't even want to acknowledge black Europe. The Moors got the monuments in Europe, the Alhambra Palace. All of those Gothic castles that were built in the Dark Ages. There's a castle that Emperor Justinian built in Jerusalem, a fort, because when he went in there and kicked out those Satan worshippers in Samaria, he built a fort down there in Jerusalem, the Hagia Sophia. All of the Moorish coats of arms. The church that began the Roman Catholic Church, it was a church in Paris. The black kings of Europe built that church. Constantinople was built by black people, and the Great Wall. All of that is black people. Emperor Constantine was a black man. Emperor Constantine was a black man, man. So the bottom line, man, we just gonna cut deep into it, cut right into this thing, man. We just gonna go in, take care of business, highlight your noise. All right, all right. More science. Moors want to talk about Amexem al Moraka, and that this is, and that one more was in the courtroom talking about New Jersey is Timbuktu. Man, you people must be crazy, man. New Jersey ain't no fucking Timbuktu. More science is just y'all better be careful with that more science, man. Mess around and get your ass locked up, man. For real, man. Just stay on the humble and do your thing, man. The Lord will take care of you, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to stand up in their courtroom and telling people what to do? You got to be able to enforce what you're saying, man. You need a nation or diplomats to back your ass up when you're in them courtrooms, or else they really ain't got no reason to listen to you. That's why the Moors being in court 12, 16 times, and that shit costs money. That shit is time consuming. Come on, man. I'm not saying that what them dudes is doing is wrong, but you got to go at that thing real carefully and real seriously, because we're slaves, man. You know, we're under the curses. We're under the enemy's boot for the want and need of all things. How the fuck we gonna stand in their court and tell them that New Jersey's Timbuktu and this is Al Moraka and the Mexican? Man, get the hell out of here, man. Okay? So what are you Moors talking about with Amexem and Al Moraka? And you stupid ass Negroes are sitting down believing that shit. Going to court 12, 13, 14 times how to beat a ticket. The reason why you beating them tickets is because they're allowing you to beat them tickets, because that shit is another Freemasonic lodge. A fucking Israelite or Egyptologist would just stay the fuck out their way. And if they come after you, your guardian angel, which is a death angel, okay, will kill anybody that gets near you. And that's the end of that. The cracker wants to pick on you, let him just come with the New World Order. Ain't going to be no middle of the road shit. All that middle of the road shit is going to be, you know, I'm talking too much. Here we go. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. The word God is plural. It's really supposed to mean gods, which is really supposed to mean powers. Elohim means power, and all right, let me break this down. El means power, and Elohim means, you know, powers. So in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 1, it's really supposed to say, in the beginning, the powers created the heaven and the earth, which is outer space and the planet Earth. The Most High God is beyond the making of the universe, so he left the making of the universe up to the angels. Okay, so in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, which is really, in the beginning, the powers created the heaven and the earth. Verse 2, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. The waters is really the state of matter before it is configured into a solid object. Okay, all things that have form can either exist prior to that in two different states. One is gas, and the other is a manipulated. Okay, the Spirit of God has to actually manipulate this. He will manipulate that gas to become closer, to become sort of like a watery state of existence. So when the planet Earth was first being formed, it was said that the planet Earth was void and darkness was filled upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved across the face of the waters, because matter that is not gas, it will have to be manipulated by a higher power, but it becomes some sort of liquidy state of existence. Verse 3, and the water is not alive, Minister Enki. Okay, the water's not alive. And there's a reason why the Bible has verses, numbered verses, because one of the translations that took place before the King James Bible put verses in the put numbered verses in the chapters. Verse 3. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw, verse 4, and God saw that the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. So in verses 3 and 4, God created all the stars and all the known universe, or the powers created all the stars and all the known universe. Not our star, just all the rest of the stars in all the known universe, because the planet Earth is in fact the center of reality in this particular solar system. Even though the sun acts as the center of everything, because all stars are really the center of existence, but the planet Earth was actually created before even our sun. Okay, but the stars of the universe were created in Genesis chapter 3, verse 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. So God created the void of the earth, then he created the stars of the universe, and then he eventually created our star. And that part will be gotten to at around the time of Genesis chapter 14. I'm sorry, Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. Verse 6, and God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. So the firmament in the midst of the waters is basically the solid rock, and it divided the waters from the waters, basically the liquid water from the air. Okay, because really water is just everywhere. You know, the void itself was water, but the specific water that I was talking about is the water and the air. Okay, and God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And that's, once again, that's basically regular water and basically air. Okay, but there was also water under the ground. There was also water under the ground. So it wasn't being specific as to, you know, which water was it pertaining to being under the firmament, but there was water on the ground and water up top, water in the air and water on the bottom. You had the oceans, then you had the air, then you even had water underground, because the first planet Earth was perfect, and the Great Flood event was really the planet Earth being de-evolved. So the planet Earth was still in a perfect state when Adam was kicked out the garden, but the Great Flood event was the event that weakened the planet Earth and made the Earth, you know, in a lowered state itself.